These huge black dudes, and they're all strapped. They were all black. I mean, they were all like 6'5", black dudes. Yeah, that's terrifying.
If you remember, a little over a week ago, big commentary channel Abba and Preach and H3H3, world-renowned dipshits, got into a little bit of a drama online, where in his show that he has with Hassan Piker, they called out Abba and Preach, which all they did was call them soft, calling them dishonest liars without substantiating any of the things they were saying. I don't know how people just like feel the need to so confidently call someone a liar or try to say someone is wrong without backing up anything you're saying.
They're pathetic. They're liars. They're dishonest. They're all black.
Like, if I accused someone or if I called someone else a liar, the normal response after that would be, oh, why are they a liar? Okay, let me explain. But no, these motherfuckers don't feel the need to do that at all. And I think I know the reason, because in the same live stream, H3H3 admitted that he doesn't even watch their videos for the full context.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I watched some of it, but it was upsetting, so I didn't watch it.
So they just said a whole bunch of dumb shit, with Ethan even saying at one point Abba and Preach is as bad, if not worse, than Fresh and Fit, which aged like fine wine.
Preach is crying right now, swinging from a monkey branch. Bro. He's a window-licking stupid nigga.
What? But after this segment on their live stream, Ethan decided to do a whole hit piece live stream of almost 4 hours only covering Abba and Preach, trying to expose them. And you can already assume how that went. Just virtue signaling, calling them transphobic, just a whole bunch of dumb shit. The normal Ethan Klein cycle, and Abba and Preach made a video on this at first, but for some reason they deleted it, or YouTube deleted it, because to be fair, it's had some crazy clips in it, and it was titled H3H3 Loves Black People, and this was the thumbnail. I don't know if I have to pixelate it, but in one of the photos, Ethan has something on his face that portrays another race of people. Let's just say that. But this was a full-fledged 24-minute video, so again, I don't know if YouTube took it down or if they took it down themselves, but they made some really good points in there and showed especially the hypocrisy of Ethan Klein trying to virtue signal and police other people for the things they say when he has a crazy as shit past.
Super low energy today because watching a 4-hour podcast of Ethan Klein just killed my lifespan by 3 years.
You liars, you cowards. The thing about them, Babble and Reach, is that when you look at them holistically, I don't think they're that much different than Fresh and Fit. They are Fresh and Fit.
Yeah, dude, Abba and Preach, they're just like Fresh and Fit.
If I saw your dumb ass in front of me, I'd hang you, motherfucker!
Dude, Myron from Fresh and Fit fucked over H3H3 so bad. Where already it was a dumb claim to claim that Abba and Preach is as dishonest and bad as someone like Fresh and Fit, who Fresh and Fit literally abuses the copyright system to try to censor their critics. Like the most deplorable pussy shit you can do on the platform of YouTube. But Myron really took it to the next level, putting on the Klan's hat and everything, making the statement age even worse.
She basically just described their bad date. And at one point she said that he lifted up her top to see her breasts.
So now they're talking about the fact that this girl accused Fresh and she was insinuating, heavily implying something extremely inappropriate happened, okay? They're trying to say it's not that story. She was just talking about a bad date. That's her story. Let's listen.
This first point Ethan tries to call them out on is falsely accusing the H3H3 podcast of making a false accusation of a crime. Where I don't know if you guys remember, but H3H3 a few months back brought on this girl who was trying to make some really insinuated and implied Me Too allegations against one of the members of Fresh and Fit when they had a hookup. And she was even the one, though, to like say, you know what, this was really weird and I don't like this, but I don't think it was sexual assault or anything. I don't think it was a crime. And Ethan Klein was the one speaking for her, saying, no, I think this is a crime, dude. Where Abba and Preach a few months ago made a video defending Fresh and Fit, actually, from these accusations. And now H3H3 is trying to act like Abba and Preach were lying about him. And Ethan was acting like he wasn't trying to push Me Too allegations onto Fresh and Fit, which he absolutely was. And what's so ironic, as you're gonna see in these clips, Ethan says, oh, I never was trying to accuse them of a crime. But then in the same live stream, just a few minutes later, they were still painting out what Fresh and Fit did as a crime.
So the way you said this story, the way that you guys have framed it, the fact that Ethan keeps implying it, the fact that most of the people in the comments...
It was one time. It was literally one time.
...said that's what he did. We all understand what you're framing, okay? You can't say, I didn't say he did that crime.
There was no framing. There wasn't really even a crime alleged. It was just, he's an embarrassing loser.
Oh, wow!
This This is very bad. I think he may have assaulted you. I mean, at this point,
So as you could see, back then in that live stream, Ethan literally boldface says, I think he might have sexually assaulted you, dude. And other members in his staff in this current live stream were saying there was no framing of this being like a Me Too allegation. Dude, are you fucking kidding me? You brought on a girl who had a hookup with Fresh and Fit, who was explaining on how Fresh and Fit did like really creepy things to her. What's the implication there, dude? It wasn't just an innocent, oh, I'm bringing on this girl who just had a bad date with one of the members of Fresh and Fit. No, the whole framing was a Me Too allegation, and you even said yourself,
I think he may have assaulted you. I mean, at this point,
just take the fucking L, dude. This is so black and white.
All that happened, right, is that you at one point said that sounds like that might be assault, and she said no.
There was one brief moment where she said he lifted up her top.
You didn't say that's assault. You said that kind of sounds like assault.
I mean, I don't know.
It does kind of sound like that. Like what? Again, that clip that they showed, based off of what she described, I don't think it's that big of a stretch for you to ask that question.
He lifted up her shirt and she was very uncomfortable by it.
Does that not sound bad? I ask you guys, what do you call it if somebody lifts up somebody's top to expose their breast without their permission?
It does kind of sound like that. There wasn't really even a crime alleged.
Dude, Ethan's just asking innocent questions, guys. He's just asking questions. Let him ask questions. Let me ask you guys. Let me ask the audience below. Do you think this situation sounds like sexual assault? I don't know. You know, I'm not alleging a crime or anything. No, I would never do anything like that. I just want to know what you guys think. Bullshit, motherfucker. As you can see in this same live stream, they're painting this out to be a crime and genuinely sexual assault. Just stake out a position. Take a stance, you absolute pussy. If you think it's sexual assault, go balls deep and say, these motherfuckers at Fresh and Fit, they sexually assaulted this girl. But no, you're just pussyfooting, tiptoeing around the line of, I'm just asking questions, guys. You know, I don't think it's a crime, having this plausible deniability shit, when what you're really trying to say is that, yeah, they're creepy ass dudes who may be sexually assaulting people. Shit like this is the most infuriating. Just passive aggressiveness, not being honest with what you're actually trying to say. And then after you heavily imply something, acting like, oh no, I never said that. I would never say that. Get the fuck out.
Is that just a joke? Or is she just, he's entitled to do whatever he wants to her because it's 5 a.m.? He did lift up her shirt and look at her tits. Now, if somebody does that without your consent, what is that?
It wasn't a Me Too allegation.
They're claiming that there wasn't anything alleged or there wasn't any framing, yet in this very podcast, they're still framing it like this man assaulted. It's fine. I'm not even alleging or trying to frame it that you're some kind of anti-black individual. I'm not.
Little 8-year-old girl and a big, giant black man looking in on her, man. It's like Blackazilla.
So now in this Abin Preach video, they're reversing the same logic onto Ethan Klein. And they're gonna say, oh, you know, I'm not alleging anything. You know, I'm not trying to say you're a racist or anything. And then they go on to play a whole bunch of his racist clips in the past of him saying realistically kind of crazy shit and also doing other actions that could be perceived as racist. But it's not like Abin Preach obviously think that Ethan Klein's actually racist. They're just reversing the same bullshit logic onto him to prove a point of how stupid it is. But to be fair, a lot of these clips are crazy, as you guys are gonna see.
To me, I've already said the N-word. You can't take me down. Someone makes a compilation. It's like, here's Ethan saying,
Well, who said the just been around the block?
Yeah.
I love that I can just say
Yeah. I feel like you're using a little liberally.
I love saying
Dude, even iDubbbz back in the day, this is iDubbbz like 2016, 2017, even he was just like, dude, you're using that a little bit too flagrantly, buddy. I don't know, you should probably chill the fuck out. That's so good. Even iDubbbz was just like, dude, you gotta fucking relax.
it's so wonderful.
Yeah. So now you're gonna get shit for it.
Guys, we're not trying to allege anything about him or anything about his behavior. We're just playing some videos.
and his whole thing is that he says and saying.
Dude, do you know what's so real too? If all these heavy left-leaning cucked-ass content creators who used to be edgy in the past are now making these apologies like how iDubbbz did recently, dude, why isn't everyone doing this? But why isn't everyone? I mean, if that's like the new stance we're taking, which granted, I don't think is the right decision at all, and I think it's cringe as you guys know my opinions on the whole iDubbbz apology situation. But dude, Ethan Klein calls out other people for saying even misogynistic things, and this is what his past looks like. Like, people make sexist jokes, and Ethan Klein dares to call anyone out for something like that small, when he has a past looking like this. Like, dude, where's your cucked ass apology like iDubbbz? We need to see that shit if you think you can call out anyone else. And also, it's like, dude, I hate how these people try to act like they're like reformed people. Like, I know you can change, but these are grown ass men doing these things. Like, these people aren't 19, these people aren't 17 when they're doing all this shit that they heavily regret years later and say was horrible, deplorable, and bigoted behavior. Like, dude, look at Ethan Klein. He's got a full ass beard and everything. He's at least 25. He's at least 25, if not probably older. He's already graying in the beard, graying in the hair. Like, this guy could easily be 30, 35 in these clips.
Well, Ethan said and someone makes a compilation like, here's Ethan saying referring to the word and saying in a reference. H3's a hypocrite because he said on his podcast. It's like, dude, like, I was at a party and said and she left. And they're like, oh, Ethan said just nothing.
But yeah, they go on to play a lot more clips of Ethan saying racist N-word things in the past. But one specific clip I want to play that stood out to me that was just so awkward and weird was this one. Dude, I didn't even see this clip before. Most of these I've been familiar of, but I've never seen this one before. And this unironically made my fucking dick crawl.
You know what's crazy? I grew up in the suburbs of Los Angeles, Ventura.
Yes.
And I grew up, I don't think I've ever known a black person. You guys have been friends with black people?
Yeah.
How many black people have you known in your life?
In my life?
Oh, gosh.
You have a black cast member.
Yeah.
We do.
I just had to check. See how it's doing.
Yep. He's still
So
there.
fashionable, too.
Do you have a huge dick? I just...
Oh, look at him. He has gray hair. He has gray hair. This is a grown-ass man. It's already kind of surprising, but it's like, whatever, if he's never encountered like black people in his life. That's whatever. It's kind of surprising, but to be that like socially autistic, does he think he's being funny to like unironically ask some black dude?
Do you have a huge dick?
That is the worst clip I've ever fucking seen out of anything with H3H3. Why? Why does this exist?
And this is the man virtue signaling. I don't care what nobody says. You can call me alt-right, right-wing, conservative, Ku Klux leader, whatever it is. My past ain't got nothing even fucking remotely close to this bullshit. And you want to be up here lecturing me.
Yo, you foul.
And yeah, that's just true. And again, I don't think Ethan Klein is racist or whatever. And also, I do think, if I'm being really good faith to both sides too, though, I think even if you have done some horrible things in the past, you still can call out other people and be correct. Like, if you have a murderer who's done some horrible things in the past, way worse than someone else, I think they're still allowed to call out someone else for being a hypocrite or hypocrisy. So if Ethan Klein genuinely did have a good point against Abba and Preach to point out that they're liars or they're dishonest or that they're maybe genuinely transphobic or racist, I think that's legit for Ethan Klein to be able to call out. But at the same time, he's got to acknowledge his own faults as he says that. Because if you don't, you're just going to look like a dumbass calling everyone else racist, misogynistic, and sexist, when if we look at your past, you're doing some crazy shit like this. So you always got to acknowledge that if you have that past. But aside from that, the overall broad point they were making is just how stupid the logic is of how, you know, we're just playing clips. We're not implying anything. We're not framing anything in any kind of suggestive way. We're just playing some clips of you saying crazy shit about minorities and black people, but we're not calling you racist. Like, come on, dude. Obviously, you know what you did to Fresh and Fit, the framing of bringing on a girl. That was a Me Too allegation. Between the shit you said, dude, I think you got sexually assaulted. Get the fuck out of here. Take your L, but no. You never can, because you're the one who's unironically dishonest, a piece of shit, and been a hypocrite for years. But yeah, sad to see H3H3, because he used to be actually kind of funny in the past, and even though he had some crazy clips, they were all kind of in the vein of tongue-in-cheek. But dude, how the mighty have fallen between like so many big YouTubers, you know what I mean? Between now iDubbbz, H3H3 has been gone for years. But yeah, just sad to see. But yeah, see you guys tomorrow.
A little 8-year-old girl and a big, giant black man looking in on her, man. It's like Blackzilla. This guy's got a weird fantasy, dude. Blackzilla, the little 8-year-old white with blonde hair. He likes that. He likes them white and blonde.
These huge black dudes, and they're all strapped. They were all black. There was like 10. I'm just saying, every single one of them was black.
Okay.
If there's 8 dudes on security and they're all black, I mean, they're all like 6'5", black dudes. Yeah, that's terrifying.